Bills to originate from the House of Representatives. So, all appropriation, revenue, or tariff bills, bills authorizing the increase of public debt, bills of local application, and private bills shall originate exclusively in the House of Representatives, but the Senate may propose or concur the amendments. It is under the Article 3, Section 24 Constitution. So, all the bills that mentioned above, it should be um, it should originate exclusively in the House of Representatives, and then and and but the Senate may propose, but it should be moagi jud siya sa Senate, sa House of Senate. So both houses of Congress may initiate bills, but only the lower house may propose tax measures. So both houses. So when we say in this statement, it says that both houses. So the houses that mentioned here is the House of Representative and the House of Senate. So when we say but only the lower house may propose tax measures. So the lower house here is the House of Representative. So it should be from the House of Representatives, and then it should be agreed with the Senate. So next is the Arturo M. Tolentino versus Secretary of Finance. This is the case study here. So the petitioners assail the constitutionality of Republic Act 7716, imposing the value-added tax or the VAT on the sale, barter or exchange of goods and properties, as well as on the sale or exchange of services. So in Republic Act 7716, there are petitioners that it is a case that there are petitioners that nga naay petitioners nga nakig-argue. It is because of the Republic Act 7716, the value-added tax. And then it is equivalent to 10% of the gross selling price of gross value in money of goods or property sold, bartered or exchanged, or of the gross receipts from the sale or exchange of services. So Republic Act number 7716 seeks to widen the tax base of the existing VAT system and enhance its administration by amending the National Internal Revenue Code. So the contention of petitioners is that in enacting Republic Act 7716 or the expanded value-added tax law, Congress violated the Constitution because although House number 11197 had originated in the House of Representatives, but it was not passed by the Senate, but was simply consolidated with the Senate version, Senate number 1630, in the conference committee to produce the bill which the President signed into the law. And then, in support of the theory, petitioners cited, so when before we go further, in this case, that's why nga nag-argue ang mga petitioners, nakig-argue ang mga petitioners, it is because ang enacting Republic Act 7716 or the expanded value-added tax law is violated the Constitution because gikan na ay house number na 11197 gikan sa House of Representative but wala siya ning agi sa Senate. And then na siya'y naapoy the Senate was simply consolidated with the Senate version. So napoy version ang Senate na Senate number 1630. And then that's why the petitioners give their theory support theory that cited that Article 6, Section 24, all appropriation, revenue, or tariff bills authorizing increase of the public debt, bills of local application, and private bills shall originate exclusively in the House of Representatives, but the Senate may propose to concur with amendments. So, Section 26, no bill passed by either House shall become a law unless it has passed 3 readings on the separate days and printed copies thereof its final form have been distributed to its members 3 days before its passage, except when the President certifies to the necessity of its immediate enactment to meet a public calamity or emergency. So, upon the last reading of a bill, no amendment thereto shall be allowed, and the vote thereon shall be taken immediately thereafter, and the yeas and nays entered in the journal. So that's why in this case of Arturo M. Tolentino versus the Secretary of Finance, that's why the petitioners here argued it is because nga ang section 24 the mentioned bills in section 24 it must be originated exclusively in the House of Representatives, but the Senate may propose and concur with amendments. So it must be originated from the House of Representatives and then passed into the House of Senate, and then that's the time na they will give the application sa President to, and then that's the time na i-confirm sa President, and then the President will sign into it, and then the application will become a law. That's why the petitioners here argued it is because the contention of petitioners is that enacting Republic Act 7716 or the expanded valued added tax law violated the Constitution. It is because although the House number 11197 had originated in the House of Representatives, but it was not passed by the Senate. And then, ang Senate, they are consolidated with Senate version na Senate number 1630 in the Conference Committee to produce the bill which the President signed into law. So, they are compile lang nila ang duha ka ang House number and then the Senate number. And then, they are which the President signed, and then it is become a law.
So, good day, sir. This is my report, the continuation of the report of the Gainon, which is the bills to originate from the House of Representatives. So, first slides, we have, it appears that on various dates between July 22, 1992 and August 31, 1993, several bills were introduced in the House of Representatives, seeking a certain provision of the National Internal Revenue Code. So when we say National Internal Revenue Code, it states the cost revenue officers an employee to make a canvass from time to time and any revenue district or region and inquire after concerning all persons therein who may liable to pay an internal revenue tax, and all persons owning or having the care, management, or possession or any object with respect. So, mao ni sila ang mga nag-ingon na dapat liable jud or kanang mo pay jud ang tao sa any mga revenue nga ipatupad sa sa kaning mga National Internal Revenue Code. And then relative to the value added tax or VAT. These bills were referred to the House Ways and Means Committee. When you say House Ways and Means Committee is has the responsibility for raising revenue required to finance the federal government. This includes individuals and corporate income. Like for example, kining nakay trabaho, syempre magbayad mo jud kag tax na kay mga businesses. So di ba namo jud mga tax even though magpalit ka, nabay mga tax which is kaning VAT kana dai kana magbayad ta. So tax, excise tax, state tax, gift taxes, and other miscellaneous taxes. Then which recommend for approval as substitute measure House number 1197. So next, House number 1197 indicates that an act of restricting the value-added tax or the VAT system, widen its tax base and enhance its administration, and amending for these purposes is mo ni siya mga section nga support 999 kana siya. And then all of the National Internal Revenue Code as amended. So pagpropose ito is sa gingon ni sa mabasa nato sa kay Erica na dito arag state nga 10% which is the gross selling price or the gross value money of goods or properties parted katong 10% dati na gi-implement nga VAT nga ilang gi-propose na ingani 10%. So nag-agi to siya og kanang gikan sa dito siya sa tawag niya mahimong law or maaprubahan without kanang any mag-agi ka og House of Representative which is the lower house and going to the Senate upper house or upper house, then to the executive which is paloob dira ang last which is the president or the vice president if wala. So bago to siya nahimog ing ato which is 10%, so magagi jud na siya og kaning process sa katong sa mga maagihan ato niya which is House of Representatives, Senate, and Executive which is nanadara ang President. And then next we have the bill House number 11197 was considered on a second reading starting November 6. So starting November 6, 1993, and on November 17, 1993, it was approved by the House of the Representatives after the final reading. So mo ito siya second reading which is ang Senate, then starting on November 6, 1993 and November 17 it was approved by the House. Gi-approbahan to siya nga para ma-impose representative after third and final reading. So it was sent to the Senate on November 23, 1993 and later referred by that body it's in Committee on Ways and Means. So pag-send ato sa pag-go ato sa pag-propose ato sa Senate because House of Representative going to the Senate, so mag-explain dyan na sila unsa ilang mga pasabot unsa ilang means ato nga nganong i-impose or nganong i-propose na siya nga mga bills or mga patakaran or law nga ma-implement. Then on February 7, 1994, the Senate Committee submitted its report recommending approval of the section number 163. So gisubmit na sa Senate which is recommending na i-approve na to siya nga na bill or law nga pag mahimo na to siya law. Then Then number 163 entitled An Act of Restricting the Value-Added Tax or the VAT system to widen its tax base and enhance its administration, amending for this purposes section. So mo ni siya ang mga nagasupport ng mga section ani nga kuan. And then all of the national internal revenue as amended and for other purposes. When we say amended is nga na siya katong baguhin. And then it was stated that the bill was being submitted in substitution of the Senate number 1129, taking into consideration with the purposes of the restricting number 734 and House Bill number 11197. So i-consider na to siya nga impose or makakuan sa Senate. And then on February 8, 1994, the Senate began consideration of the bill. Section number 1630, it finished the debates on the bill and approved it as second reading. So, mga ito siya. Second reading, which is in the Senate. And on March 24, 1994, on the same day, which is March 24, 1994, it approved the bill on the third reading by the affirmative votes. So, mag-meet sila, which is 4 times yun ata to siya, if I'm not mistaken, sa next reporter nga last meet for the approval. So, affirmative votes of 13 of its members with 1 abstention. So, naay 13 nga vote, and then naay isa nga abstention, which is wala ang iboto ato nga gi-impose or gi-implement nga law, which is okay gyapon siya kanang ma-implement gyapon siya tungod kay mas daghan man ang ni-agree than to disagree for the ma-impose ang kato nga law. So that could be all, and thank you.